Hello, all my chickadees. Welcome back. Today we're going to be playing the extended demo of Frostbite. Woo! I am so excited. It literally just dropped today, and so I am playing it right away. It's like, oh, I have been waiting. Now, I know the devs have put in a lot of work into this extended demo. It looks like they redid a lot of the like artwork and things, which is amazing. And it looks so good. But first, we got to check out this warning, okay? Now, this game is 18 plus. This game contains triggering content. The creators are not held accountable for any persons disregarding this warning. For a list of warnings, click below. Okay, the following is a list of content trigger warnings for the game. If at any point you feel uncomfortable or overwhelmed, please close the game and don't push yourself. This game is meant to be fun and not to harm. So if any of this bothers you guys, please click away. I want all my little chickadees to be safe. So it has dubious content, dismemberment, head trauma, torture, full nudity, raw meat, forced feeding, cannibalism, heavy blood and gore, gambling, alcohol and tobacco use, psychological torture, mutilation, axe, knife, and gun violence. Okay? Okay. And look, we got little finger back. Whee! Okay. Let's get into this. I'm so excited. Okay. And also, apparently, there's going to be like multiple ways to play it too, and things to turn out. So we're going to be playing it through for a couple of times. Oh, that snow looks so good! It's definitely an improvement. Oh. Okay, do I have it up high enough where you guys can hear the... Yeah, you guys can hear this audio. Sliding into the soft driver's seat, you listen to the gentle rumble of your car as you left the engine warm up, revving it every so often in an attempt to rush the process. Okay, click. As you sit idly, you notice something in the passenger seat. From the looks of it, it was your driver's ID. It must have fallen out of your pocket last time you drove. You quickly lean over to snatch it up, your eyes scanning over your name before you quickly tucked it away again. Oh, this is cool. Sparrow. Is that a capital? There we go. Sparrow! I really need to watch where I keep this thing. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. Yeah. The heater slowly began to blow hot air, signaling a warm enough engine. Gently pressing your foot to the pedal, you carefully pull out onto the road. Your fingers dance over the car radio's buttons, flipping quickly through the channels. It seems country music was pretty popular around these parts. Sighing, you let your hand drop back down to fidget with the side of the steering wheel as you try to focus on the slowly disappearing road ahead of you. Street signs quickly being obscured by the gradually increasing snowfall. The snow is getting ridiculous. We're going to end up stranded at this rate, and I don't know if Jack stocked up beforehand. He seems a little flatty. You thought for a bit longer about what to do. You hadn't known your soon-to-be roommate long, so you had no idea how reliable he would be in the situation. When you picked up the Roomy Wanted ad, you weren't prepared for this place to be in the middle of absolute nowhere. Okay, quick pause. We now have a name for the roommate. I don't think we had a name before, that's why I got a little confused. But Jax apparently is the name of our roommate-to-be. And oh my god, this is amazing. Look how much more detailed the words are, and oh my gosh, I'm loving this. It really drags you in, and okay, I am diving back in now. I just wanted to add that. Still, you were happy he wasn't asking for a ton of rent, and getting away from the city would be a nice break. You sighed as you decided you would have to make a stop at the store for supplies. It was the only logical solution at this point. Carefully unclipping the glove box, you yanked an old road map out of the awkwardly unfolded it in the seat next to you, glancing back and forth from the map to the road. Don't do this in real life, guys. Don't take your eyes off the road, okay? It only takes a second. You didn't realize how fast you were going, and while you're distracted and... Oh, goodness. You quickly grabbed onto the steering wheel, slowly pumping the brakes as gently as possible as you rolled to the stop on the side of the road. See, I made a good point. Guys. Keep your eyes on the road. The ice had gotten so bad already, and you began to worry if you'd even make it home. Glancing back onto the map now that you were safely at a stop, you scanned it for any signs of a store on the way. Your eyes lit up at the moment you saw the generic grocery store just up the road on the map. That's where you were heading, you thought, as you steeled yourself and slowly pulled away from the shoulder of the road and back onto the street. Market Smile! Oh, this is gorgeous. Just as you passed through a tunnel of thick trees, you spot a beacon in the distance, lighting up the otherwise inky forest. You can't believe your luck that a store would be open this late at night, especially in the middle of nowhere like this. Carefully turning into the parking lot from a slick road, you pull into the parking space closest to the door. It looks like there's only 2 cars parked here aside from you. You take note of the dirty blue pickup truck parked right in front. It looks old and well-loved, the paint chipping in many places. The passenger window has a crack that you're surprised is holding up. Your eyes move down to the rear end and notice the dark brown stains leaking from beneath the tailgate. You chalk it up to belonging to a seasoned hunter. Oh, he's a hunter, all right. Scanning the rest of the parking lot, you notice the only other car is parked off to the side of the building, at the end of the lot. Some cheap green sedan with duct tape patching it up and very obvious dents as if it's helping. You rub your arms as the cold chills finally get to you, and you take it as your sign to stop lingering and get inside. The automatic doors slide open with a strained obedience, and you notice the hour sign on the door has been haphazardly scribbled out with a Sharpie. Guess they make their own hours here. Works for you. Ah, look! It's a nude sprite for the boy! As you walk into the store, you notice it's not much warmer than outside. Disappointing, but at least there's no wind. You tighten your coat a bit more around your shoulders and take a look around. It's a pretty normal store. Exactly what you expect for a place that's so out of the way. The aisles look well stocked enough for you to get everything you need for the next few days. And it looks like they even have a toiletry section. Heck yeah. Oh, I just noticed there's a save button up here at the top. The last thing you notice is the bored-looking cashier who looks like he'd rather be anywhere else, and you can't blame him. He's just as bundled up, even though he looks like he's more used to this weather than you. He shifts absent-mindedly, and you catch a glimpse of his name tag. Enough to read, and you notice his name is Vic. You consider what it's short for a moment, before glancing up at you with an annoyed look in his eyes, before looking back down at his magazine. Victor? Vicious? Hey, slack-jawed tourist. If you're gonna just stand there all night, I can give you my job. His curt rudeness catches you off guard, and you hesitate to respond. He doesn't really seem like the type to care if you talked back anyway, as you watched him slowly flip through the pages of his magazine. You could talk to him a little more, though. It might be faster to know where things are in the store. Ooh. Okay. Talk to Vic some more. This guy seems pretty cantankerous, but maybe he was just bored and overworked. Might be nice for him to actually talk to someone. You slowly walked over to the counter and stood in front of him, the sudden shadow obscuring his reading material, prompting him to actually look at you. Yeah, he looks like he's so done. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. Guy just can't read a hustler in peace, can he? Well, what do you want? It's so damn important. You're starting to think you misjudged his character, and maybe this guy really was just an asshole. Are you alone here? How old are you? Where's the meat department? Leave him alone. Are you working here all alone? Seems kind of dangerous. Not to sound like a creep. Oh, you absolutely do. Though I don't expect much from weirdos that come in 20 minutes before closing time. You felt a pang of guilt, realizing you came in so close before closing. Normally you would never have done something so inconsiderate, but these weren't exactly normal circumstances. It's whatever. I'm kind of used to it at this point. Believe it or not, this shitty little store gets a lot of activity in the summer. It's a good tourist location, I guess. I actually hate traveling or going to tourist destinations. I've seen what they need to see, so I'm good. To answer your earlier asinine question, no, I'm not alone, as much as I wish I was. No, I'm here with a stupid hot butcher in the back. Even Vic's like, yeah, he's hot. He's hot. He may be a little dim in the light bulb department, but he's hot. This guy drives me up the wall with his stupid bulging muscles and his dumbass pretty hair. Vic has a crush on him. He's not even from around here either. He's some moronic redneck who just waltzed right in and was handed a job for being attractive. He's handsome? I didn't say that. You kinda did. You kinda did, buddy. You didn't say it directly, but you're like, oh, his stupid bulging muscles, oh, he's so handsome. You can tell you aren't going to get any more information from here on. Maybe you can ask him something else, or maybe you should leave this guy alone. How old are you? Can I ask how old you are? I'm sorry if that's intrusive, but you can't be much older than me, right? Isn't it a little dangerous to work so late? Wow, look at the good Samaritan. You want points for being thoughtful or something? God, this guy's a dick. Don't worry, I can take care of myself. And for the record, I'm a lot older than you. I'm a lot older than the guy in the back, too. Really? 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 I wouldn't have thought that, dude. How old's the guy in the back? 35. Really? That didn't seem right. The guy in the front of you looked barely 25. How could he be almost or above 40? From the looks of him, he didn't look like he was going to talk about the topic anymore. Yeah, exactly. Maybe you can ask him something else, or maybe you can just leave him alone. Vic, are you pulling our legs about your age? You don't look like you're over 35. You look... Yeah. He's either pulling our leg about his age, or he has found the freaking fountain of youth, okay? If he has, he needs to share. Alright, where's the meat department? You figured you might as well ask him where the meat is. It's better than wandering around aimlessly, and you'd be able to leave faster if you know where everything is. And we know who's in the meat department, don't we? Can you direct me to the meat department, then? I'll be out of your hair sooner if I knew where it was. Well, I can direct you to my meat department. It's right downstairs. Dude! Dude! You were taken aback by the sudden crude joke that you weren't quite sure what to say. At least this was the first time you saw the guy crack a smile, even if it was a nasty little smirk. His smile faded as quickly as it appeared, and he was already back to frowning dejectedly. Where do you think it is? It's in the back, like most meat departments in most grocery stores. You have been inside a grocery store, right? If not, I can explain what they are. You see, they're these horrible little prisons that they trap hapless morons like myself in for all eternity, so I can deal with idiots like you who don't know where the meat department is. What a wonderful existence, right? Can't you see how happy I am? I can barely contain myself. You were starting to regret talking to him. It'd probably be best to leave him alone and finish your shopping. Yeah. We getting really the snarky Vic. You decided it's probably time to leave the poor guy alone. He's clearly got some problems you don't have the time to deal with. Well, thanks for your time, Vic. Sorry to have disturbed you. Thanks for, talking to me or whatever. Aw, he actually did enjoy us talking to him. Oh, that's kind of cute. You're shocked for a moment at his sudden change of demeanor. He actually didn't look as gruff like this, and you realized maybe he wasn't so bad. Oh, of course, man. I hope you get a break soon. My name's Sparrow, by the way. Cool. Aww. And with that, he turned on his heel and returned right back to his stagnant spot at the counter, immediately thumbing through the well-worn porno mag. You cracked a slight smile at him before heading down the aisles. That's pretty cool that he actually did appreciate us actually talking to him. You quickly made your way through the labyrinth of aisles. The store is quaint and mostly has off-brand projects that you've never heard of before. You grab a stray handbasket that's been left on the floor and start mindlessly tossing things inside. You don't know if you're going to be snowed in, or if you are, how long you'll be. But it's better safe than sorry. Finally, making your way to the end of the aisle, you can see the red glow of fresh meats under the display freezer. You catch a few glimpses of someone moving back and forth and wonder if that's the butcher. As you approach the butcher counter, you notice the butcher is missing now. You could have sworn you saw someone shifting around back there. You ring the little bell on the countertop. Nothing. Oh well, it's not like you need anything cut for you anyway. There's a huge selection of cuts right in front of you. You bend over and study the meats through their cellophane packaging. You've never seen meat this fresh before. The marbling is unique too, and the bright cherry red color feels like it's drawing you in. There's so much too. The open freezer is almost spilling over with packages of all different cuts, the names of which had been handwritten on each in sloppy script. You can't imagine that such a small town has this much demand for meat. Like what you see, honey? Hey, Tate! Oh, his new sprite looks awesome! You jump at the sudden vocalization and take a step back as you take in the visage of the man before you. He's big. Real big. You feel immediately intimidated. You can feel your cheeks heat up as your eyes drift down his big, muscular arms. He definitely works out. You also notice all the scars riddling his thick, strong arms. You can't help but wonder where they came from, but you know it would just be rude to ask. As if reading your mind, the man chimes up. Taking in the goods? Okay, let's see if I can get a voice for him. Taking in the goods, sweetheart? Don't be nervous. I know I look big and scary, but I promise you I'm as gentle as a lamb. I work indoors a lot, you see. Got scratched up mighty fierce out there. You could tell from the tone of his voice and smoothness of his words that he was the type to call anyone sweetheart or honey, regardless of gender or presentation. The man flexes his biceps to insinuate what he's saying, inflicting you to glance away, embarrassed for a moment. You can tell from the glint in his violet eyes that he knows he was flustering you, and he was loving it. Might as well jump straight into the formalities. I'm Tate Frost. You ain't from around here, are ya? I think I'd remember a cute little morsel like you. He called us a morsel, which I guess we technically are. A Okay, I'm saving here. I just moved here, truth. I'm from around here. Let's be truthful. You don't really have a reason to lie. He seems nice, and he's just trying to make conversation. Quite a stark contrast to Vic up front. I actually just moved here. It's quite a change for me. I haven't really gotten used to the, quaintness of all this. I'm Sparrow, by the way. It's nice to meet you. Cute. If you want, I can help you get used to the quaintness around here. I know it can be awfully lonely in these woods. Ain't much for miles and all. I could definitely keep you warm at night if you want it, Shy. Oh, you going straight into saying he can keep us warm at night. You know, I'm sure all snuggled up in our bed and being a little active. Shaw is like kind of like if I remember it's like sweetheart in Cajun. You could feel the blush on your cheeks intensify at his forwardness. Part of you wanted to take him up on his offer. And the rational part of you kept you grounded in the fact that this was still a stranger. At least he could do was buy you dinner first. Or make us dinner. Get it? Get it? So, what's a cute thing like you doing out here so late anyway? You glanced behind you towards the front doors of the store, remembering how bad the snow was getting. Yeah, we don't need to stay long. We need to get our stuff and go, or we're going to be stranded. Oh, I'm just stalking up before the snowstorm. Aren't you worried about getting snowed in here or anything? It's coming down pretty hard, and the roads won't be safe for long. Nah, I ain't worried. I was planning on sleeping here anyway. Got a lot of work around the store I gotta do. These pigs won't butcher themselves. Tate chuckles to himself as if it made a joke. You wondered for a moment if you meant live or dead pigs were back there. You felt a little silly thinking a grocery store butcher had livestock in the bag. Then you realized the other thing he had said. Wait, you're really planning on staying here for the night? What if you get snowed in for longer than just a night? Is that really safe? Goddamn, you're cute. How am I ever gonna let you get away? Awfully sweet of you to care, honey, but I'm a big, strong guy. Ain't no one messed with me that I left totally intact. Ain't nothing to concern yourself over, sweetheart. You best be looking after yourself instead. I sure wouldn't want nothing unsightly to befall you. Be a damn right shame messing up that pretty face. Tate's voice dripped with a cold yet confident malice that felt as if it was drawing you in, making you more and more curious of just what the man was capable of. You weren't totally sure you wanted to find out, but you couldn't deny he was certainly interesting. In your gut, you could sense something was off, something dangerous, but his confidence and warm voice drew you in. You consider giving him your phone number? We're just like, da 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 da. You want my phone number, big boy? That would probably be a mistake. You'd always been a bit cautious, and you're pretty sure this grocery store is the closest one to your new home. It'd be best to get to know him a little better. Maybe chat with him whenever you bought groceries. You thinking about something, my Shaw? You're looking awfully deep in thought. Tate's husky voice snapped you back to reality, and he gathered your thoughts along with your basket of groceries. It was getting late, and you still had a 20-minute drive home, though with the ice, it'll probably take 40. Oh, right. Sorry, I'd better get moving. I totally forgot about the snowstorm and everything, but, I'll be back. I don't live far from here, and I'd love to maybe get to know you better. What was that thing you said? Shaw? I'm guessing that's like some slang for friend, right? Look at him laugh. My god, you're adorable. You know that? I really could just eat you up. No, honey. Shaw is essentially Cajun for sweetheart. I was right! I remembered it! Or for me. Something I could just sink my teeth into. It may have been freezing in this grocery store, but you could no longer tell with how hot your body felt. A wave of embarrassment mixed with lascivious shyness surging through your body. This guy was coming on strong, but part of you kinda liked it. You're Cajun? I guess that explains your accent. How long have you been here? You don't seem like the type to move up to New England. It's pretty cold compared to down south and all. Weren't you supposed to be leaving? Can't get enough of me, huh? I ain't complaining. It's a nice breath of fresh air compared to the upper class rich folks coming in here, trying to get away from it all. But I can't handle nothing less than a fancy ass timeshare. I guess I got Vic, but I'm sure you saw how much of a barrel of laughs that guy is. He ain't from around here either, but he don't like to divulge too much info about himself, it seems. Yeah, we caught on to that. You chuckled gently under your breath as you listened to Tate banter on. You did need to be leaving, but what's a few more minutes? You guessed right, though, little rabbit. I come all the way from down south in the old boot state. A real small town in bumfuck nowhere, Louisiana. Lived with my mama until I was 18. Got with my high school sweetheart. Tate's expression and whole demeanor suddenly shift as his sentence drift off. You wonder if you brought up a sore subject before, as he continues as if nothing had happened. Well, what's done is done. She's dead. To me, anyway. Besides, I'm having more fun just traveling the country. Ain't been back home in a long time. I never stay in a place for too long. I wonder why! Got a pretty nice deal on a trailer near here that don't ask questions. I've always had pretty good luck and all. I'm feeling pretty lucky tonight getting to meet you and all. You smile up at him and shift your feet slightly. The more you talk with him, the more drawn in you feel. And you know, if you don't stop now, you might just be spending the night here with him. Reaching towards the ample selections of meat, you toss a few more of the reddest cuts you see into your basket. You still can't believe how beautiful all these cuts are, and you're excited to try them for dinner. You open your mouth to bid him farewell, but he cuts you off. You best be on a move now. I'll never let you go if you stay any longer. Standing up straight again, you make eye contact with the man you'd hope to get to call your friend, and lift, maybe more than a friend, and lift your basket up for him to see in a gesture of farewell. You turn on your heel to head to checkout, unable to hide your smile as you leave. As you walk down the aisles grabbing random necessities, you can't help but think about Tate. He's so mysterious, yet charming, and well, you can't get his physique out of your mind either. You're really hoping something more will come of this. You aren't exactly looking for a relationship, but who knows where this could lead. You're so preoccupied in your thoughts, you hardly notice your basket is now totally full, and the last item you grab clatters loudly into the floor. You curse a little under your breath as you reach down to grab it. A little embarrassed that you let your mind wander for so long on Tate. I guess that's your sign to leave at least. You make your way up to the register and place your basket on the counter. You glance around the front of the store, but Vic doesn't seem to be anywhere around. Maybe he already took off. Were you really talking to Tate for that long? You walk over to the counter and look around. You noticed the magazine he was reading is tossed haphazardly on the floor by his small black stool. Something about this doesn't feel right, and you try to peer towards the back of the store where you last saw Tate. It looks empty. Maybe he went back to the freezer? Hello? Vic? Tate? I'm ready to check out. Nothing. Something didn't feel right. It felt as though you were being watched, but you know there's only 2 people in the store. That is, if Vic didn't up and leave. You can't shake this nervousness feeling, and you just begin bagging your items yourself. I'm gonna leave money on the counter, okay? And my phone number in case you need to contact me if it's not the right amount. You reach over the counter and rip off a little bit of receipt paper and grab a pen, quickly jotting down your info and tossing some money alongside of it. You're pretty sure you added all your groceries and left a little extra just in case. You toss the last of your items in a plastic bag and head to the exit as fast as you can. You're not sure why, but you feel like you need to get out of here. Now. Ooh, this is redone too. That's really pretty. You stand and run the door, gripping your shopping bags tightly. You're not sure why you're so nervous, but something in the pit of your stomach is screaming to run. You wave your hand in front of the sensor, to no avail. The door doesn't want to open. You remember it was pretty creaky when you came in. Maybe it's just stuck. Setting your bag down, you try to get a grip between the doors, pushing them in opposite directions as hard as you can. But the door doesn't budge. You realize it must be locked. But why would it be? You're just talking to Tate. They wouldn't have totally closed the store with you inside. Right? You alright, Sparrow? Oh, hello, buddy. Okay, I'm getting settled in for this. You whirl around quickly, your eyes greeted with this familiar sight as you try to slow your breathing. You were panicking, but you weren't sure why. There was a thick feeling in the air. You almost felt like you were an animal being hunted. Hey now. You're awfully jumpy. Did something happen? You let out a sigh as you slowly relaxed a little. You couldn't shake this weird feeling, but at least Tate was here, and his calm demeanor made you feel a bit silly for freaking out. You scared me a bit. Oh, did I now? I feel a little ridiculous about it now. I couldn't find Vic and the door won't seem to open. I guess I just spooked myself. Without responding, Tate sauntered casually over to the automatic doors, looking them up and down before grabbing the center with both hands and tried to pry them apart. You couldn't tell how hard he was trying, but a guy as big as Tate should be able to tear those doors right off the hinges. He tried for a few more seconds before huffing and walking back over. Well, shit, honey. Those bitches really are stuck, aren't they? Tate seems genuine, but something about it was off and you couldn't place it. Maybe he didn't want to break them? Guess old Vic got tired of waiting on my ass and clocked off, so he took off early. Well, I got a few things I need to help, that could help in the back. I'll be right back, honey. Before you could interject, Tate was already strolling back towards his section once again. You sighed and looked around the store. There were still a few things nagging at you about the situation. Did Vic really take off knowing you were still in the store? His register looked like it was still on, too. And you remembered his magazine thrown on the floor. As you sat and wondered, you noticed it was taking Tate an awfully long time to come back. Maybe you should go check on him. Okay, should we go look for Tate or stay put? Let's go look for Tate. He was taking way too long. You were starting to worry. You glance around the area one more time before heading towards the aisles to the freezer. Still no sign of Tate. You hope nothing bad happened to him. There was still an eerie feeling you couldn't quite shake. Tate? Where are you? You called out and waited. No response. You were really starting to worry now. You didn't even notice the heavy footsteps behind you over the sound of your own heartbeat. Oh, poor little rabbit. Did you miss me that much? Oh, and now he's got blood on his apron. You whipped around to see Tate standing right behind you, his chest almost touching you as he loomed down over you. He got really close, sneaking up on us, dang. Oh my god, I thought something bad happened to you. You have to stop sneaking up on me like this. Aw, Shaw, you're worried about little old me. How sweet. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Big Daddy Wolf can protect himself, honey. Tate had moved slightly closer to you, boxing you in against the aisle. He was so close you could smell him, the scent of tobacco smoke and cheap whiskey so strong it made your nose crinkle. There was something else about his smell you couldn't quite place, almost metallic? Oh, Sparrow, you seem mightily on edge. I get it. Stores can be quite spooky after hours, huh? He moved his hands to your sides, resting them on either side of you against the aisle. Your flight or fight reflex is screaming at you in your head as the huge man trapped you like an animal. You weren't sure if you should stop him or not. His strong, musky smell combined with your feel of fear was making you lightheaded as you stared into his eyes. Hey now. It's alright. Just relax. You want me to stop, or... Tate suddenly grabbed you under your ass and hoisted you up, your butt pressing against the various items on the shelf behind you, knocking many down with a clatter. Okay, we having a spicy moment, guys. Oh, hello. His body pressed against you instantly, warming you up as you've let him pin you against the shelves. Your head was swimming in panic, but your body was giving in to him as you breathed him in. Come on, sweetheart. Have a little fun with me. I'll make it worth your while. I got all night. I love how the music has just turned into this like smooth sensual music. It's like, hey, you know what's happening. You let your worries melt away as you let the man who might as well have been a stranger to you fill you up. Tate was certainly persuasive, you had to admit, as you moved your hands against his soft but firm chest, pressing and kneading his ample pecs. You know, I usually like to take things a bit slower than this, but you're just making it too hard for me, Sparrow. I got half a mind to tear into you right now. His voice was so rough in your ears it made you shiver as he nipped at your throat. Your body was screaming for him to go farther, but it felt like he was testing you, teasing you more and more with his rough, calloused fingertips. What were you doing, you thought, as he shoved his hand under your shirt to run scratches down your back. You ran your hands along his thick, muscular arms, your fingers brushing against his deep scars. You could hear his breathing getting rougher as you made your way to his sides, squeezing his fat gently. He was certainly built, but you can feel a soft layer of fat that made him pleasantly squishy to squeeze against. Fuck, Shy, you're driving me insane. Tate bucked his hips against you. Hello! Grinding himself roughly against your crotch. You could feel how hard he was already, even through all the layers of clothes between the two of you. Okay, guys. I don't know how far this is gonna go, just here's a warning. Yeah, this is an 18 plus game, so scurry on out of here if you aren't 18 plus. Your hands continue to wander across Tate's body until you finally brush against his cock, drawing out a low guttural groan from the man in front of you. God damn those hands of yours. I could eat 'em up. Tate was bucking against you, harder as your hands rubbed him through his pants and apron. You could feel the slick moisture soaking through your gloves, against your palms as you stroked him. Wait. Why was it so wet? He was wearing at least 2 layers of clothes right now. In your haze, you slowly brought your hand back up. That blood! That's blood! There we go! Now that is a cock block for sure. Well, at least for us. I'm sure Tate isn't gonna be stopped by that. But, hey! I'm sure that's Vic, right? Liquid Vic. Tate stopped moving and you finally placed where that metallic smell was coming from. Well, ain't that a goddamn mood killer, huh? Leave it to Vic to be a cock block even now. Yeah, it's Vic. It's Liquid Vic. You start to push against him to shove him away from you, but he was solid like a wall. Get off me! As you wish, sweetheart. Tate spat the pet name as he said it. Something that felt so sweet, feeling rotten and vile to you now as he lifted you up off the aisle before turning around, your limbs flailing in an attempt to get away from him. He kept a firm grip on your thighs as he held you in the aisle, yanking you closer to him and pressing a rough kiss against the side of your face before throwing you hard onto the tile floor. Well, you weren't supposed to start getting scared until later, but I guess you best start getting scared immediately. Your mind was reeling in confusion as you stared at him like a frightened deer, Tate hungrily watching you try to catch your bearings and realization flooding into you. You better start running, rabbit. Tate takes a step towards you and your body floods with adrenaline, quickly lifting yourself off the cold floor and turning on your heel to dash towards the exit. Run, rabbit, run! You can hear Tate laughing maniacally behind you as you search for any means of getting out or protecting yourself. Suddenly you remember Vic's stool and you race over to grab it before turning to the door. You swing the stool at the glass door as hard as you can. You raise the stool to swing again, but you feel it get roughly pulled out of your hands from behind you. You ain't gonna get anywhere swinging like that, little bunny. Holy crap! Holy crap! Look at that art! Look, oh my god, he does look freaking crazy! Before you can react, you're whirled around and being lifted by the throat by one very strong hand. You try to dig your nails into the skin, but your blood-soaked gloves impede any damage you might have done. It ain't nice to tease a dog with a piece of meat. Guess I'll just have to make my fun with you some other way, ain't that right, little cock tease? The hand on your throat continues to tighten as your legs swing helplessly below you. I'm gonna really savor our time together, sweetheart. Go real slow with ya. I'm gonna take you apart, piece by piece. Holy crap! And finally, everything went black. Hi, Tate! Hi, Vic! Oh no! What happened? My head is killing me. Your eyes slowly adjust to the dark room surrounding you. Your head felt like it was spinning, and you struggled to recall where you were before this. You shivered as you look at your surroundings. The air around you was freezing, and every breath produced little steam clouds. You attempt to lift your hand to rub your sore eyes, only to be stuck in place. Looking down, your heart dropped the moment your eyes locked on the tight ropes binding your arms to the old wooden chair, as well as being stripped down to your underwear. Your breathing became erratic as you struggled against your bindings. It was no use. They were already cutting into your wrists from how tightly you were tied. Oh my god, could you imagine being tied up in a freezer in your underwear? Oh my god, that would be so cold. I mean, well, that's the point, but holy crap. It's a little chilly here, and I'm just already like, oh my god. Oh my god, that is torture. That is torture. Save. Yay, got all these. Back. Okay, yell for help or look around. Let's look around the room. We know who's outside. Taking a deep breath, you attempt to calm yourself. Panicking won't get you out of the situation. You needed to stay rational. You were surrounded by what appeared to be beef carcasses hung around the room on dangerous-looking meat hooks. I mean, at least we're not on a meat hook, right? Right? We might get there soon, but for right now, we're not. Huh. They look awfully frostbitten. They must have been hanging there for a long time. Then where did all that meat up front come from? A chill ran up your spine as your mind jumped to the worst explanation. You shook your head to clear your mind of those thoughts and continued to survey the room. There's a big metal door across the room and a chest freezer next to it. You figured the door was locked. Not that that would help you right now. Then your eyes locked onto something tucked under a line of beef carcasses that made your blood run cold. It's fake. I know he's dead, but he has a nice tattoo. Oh, poor buddy. Vic? Oh my god. Vic's body laid bound nearby. You couldn't tell if he was breathing or not, but you could make out the deep red trail of blood that led from his head to the door. He pulled again at the bindings, no longer able to keep the panic down now that you were aware that you were sharing a room with a possible dead body. Suddenly, the sound of the door handle jiggling snapped you to attention, holding your breath as the door slowly creaked open, the sudden change of lighting burning your eyes as you readjusted. What are you holding? I don't know, but it's pretty. I'm like staring at it. Well, well, well. Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. Get a good rest? I sure hope so. You're gonna need it for what I have in store for you. Tate gestured with a playing card. Okay, it's a playing card in his hand, as if to emphasize something, but you weren't sure what, before sauntering over to you, slamming the door behind him. Tate stopped just inches away from where you sat, his body looming over you menacingly. Save. Why are you doing this, or stay quiet? Why are you doing this to me? I didn't do anything to you. That never gets old. You know how many times I've been asked that? This ain't no movie, Shaw. This here is real life. Ain't no secret motive or tragic past, honey. I just enjoy doing it, plain and simple. Tate leaned down close and placed his hands on both of your thighs. You didn't want him to touch you, but you were freezing, and his warm hands slowly made the numbness go away. You could feel his hot breath against your neck, and you could tell he was smelling your hair as his thick lips brushed against you. But you want to know the biggest reason I do this? He was so close to you now. His body was practically on top of you as he whispered into your ear, nipping at the skin gently between pauses. Because it makes my dick hard. He slowly pulled away from you, his body heat leaving you cold and longing for more as he stood to stare down at you. Tate walked over to where Vic lay cold on the floor. You didn't want to look, but you couldn't help yourself from staring. He noticed you watching and chuckled lightly as if this was a normal situation. Aw, are you worried about Vic, Sparrow? Nah, don't mind him. He ain't dead or nothing. See? You winced as Tate cruelly kicked the unconscious man in the side, a small groan squeaking out from Vic from the pain, but not enough to wake up from his blunt trauma-induced sleep. Okay, Vic's alive! I was fully expecting him to be dead, but he is alive. Still kicking. I was starting to worry a little, though. I hit him harder than I planned on. Just the heat of the moment, I suppose. Vic's a tough one, though. Didn't expect his whole back to be tatted up when I stripped him. Mighty impressive. Okay, this might not be the time, but, apparently tattoos make the meat taste horrible. So, if Tate is a cannibal, he ain't gonna want any part of the tattoos, because apparently it tastes horrible. I know this because of interviews of real life cannibals. They said they taste horrible, and they avoid people that are tattooed because it spoils the meat or something. There you go. There's your creepy fact of the day. And don't fret or nothing. I ain't touched him or you while you were out. But you can't skin a pig in clothes. Tate was bending down to check Vic's breathing, his sharp teeth visible through his smile. You wanted to hide, to scream, to run, anything, but you were trapped at this man's total mercy. You could only watch as he trailed his dirty fingertips along Vic's back, up to the gash on the back of his head before he stood tall again to address you. I like to play with my food a bit, though, so I'll make sure the two of you get to have some fun together. If you make it that long. He walked back over to you and knelt down to your eye level. His right hand produced the deck of cards that he expertly shuffled. You were taken back by how quickly and nimble his fingers were, for how thick and callous they look. So, you gamble. No. You shake your head no. You weren't going to play this. Oh, I was wondering if he asked if we do gamble, or if, okay, he meant we were gambling now. You had no desire to gamble for your life. Oh, he's not happy. Well, that's too damn bad. See, I'm not giving you a choice here, Sparrow. So, you can hate it all you want. This ain't about what you want. So, you gonna play the goddamn game. He didn't have time to register exactly what he was getting at before he was holding up 3 evenly spaced cards in front of you. The rules are simple. Just pick my favorite card out of these 3, and you win. Simple as that. Wait, which one's your favorite card? You'll know if you'll pick it. You know if y'all pick it, now won't ya? Oh, fuck. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, wait, this one has the bottom rip on it, and the one he was holding when he was in the doorway had the one with the bottom rip. So it's got to be this one, right? The middle card. Oh, look at his eyes. Tate leans back and forth from the card to you, his demeanor dropping as he flipped the card around. The king. The king of hearts. Well now, ain't you lucky? I got it! I guessed right, yay! Oh, yeah, that was cool, him holding it in the doorway, because I remember seeing the rip on the bottom of it. Okay, yes! Maybe we live for another day. He is so disappointed. Look at him. He's like, why? But luck only gets you so far, sweetheart. And I don't take kindly to cheaters. Ain't no way you picked right the first try. I was even willing to give you practice guests to play nice. But you just had to cheat, huh? I did not cheat. I did not cheat. I just noticed what you were holding in the doorway, okay? I did not cheat. What? How could I possibly have cheated? I picked at random. Uh-huh. I don't want to hear it. I know a cheater when I see one. Ain't no one guessed right on the first round. Ain't gonna be a first time. But tell you what, Shaw. I'm a nice man. How about I give you something first? No tricks. You can trust me. Can we? Can we? Tate moves closer to you, his hands pressing firmly against your thighs for leverage as he leans down to hover over your head. You snap your eyes shut. You have no idea what he was going to do to you, but you didn't want to see it. You held your breath and waited for the inevitable pain that was surely to come. Instead of pain, you felt something soft and warm grazing your knuckles. You felt your face flush as you slowly opened your eyes to look at Tate. Excuse me, sir. He was slowly running his tongue along each of your fingers until he reached your pinky, taking extra care to lick each joint. No, freak no. That is going to make us very cold and we're going to be frostbitten. We're going to lose our fingers because they're now wet, and so they're going to get colder, and so we're going to get hypothermia and we're going to lose our freaking fingers. No, this ain't a reward. Of course we're blushing at the moment because we're too dumb to realize it. We're gonna lose our fingers. And not in a fun way. The blush painting your face grew deeper as you felt where the man's hand was going, his fingers creeping their way up your inner thigh and squeezing it softly. You knew you shouldn't be enjoying this, but you couldn't help but feel the warmth building in your core as you took care in massaging your leg. Ooh, I see what he's doing. Well, look at this way. We're gonna be warm. We're gonna get warm. Oh, God. Tate suckled gently on your digit, his thick, warm lips running back and forth up your finger. You could feel his teeth graze against your knuckle, and you shivered. Is he gonna bite our finger off? It was starting to feel really good, and you wanted to give in to him, even though your mind screamed at you about your situation. His mouth moved lower until almost your entire pinky was inside his mouth. You felt his teeth pushing down a little harder against the knuckle, but your mind was spinning way too fast to process the pressure that was slowly growing. He's gonna bite off our finger. Tate, that's a little hard. I'm like, no, this is fun. I'm like expecting it. I'm like, I'm already wincing over here. The pleasure quickly shifted to pain and panic as he bit down harder, his teeth grinding against your bone. You screamed and tried to yank your hand out of his mouth, only for his teeth to latch on harder until... Oh my frickin' fudge balls! Holy crap, look at that! Oh my God! Ah! Your screams echoed off the cold steel walls surrounding you. Your ears were ringing from the pain and bile was rising in your throat. You wanted to pass out to escape the pain, but your body wouldn't let you as you felt your flesh and bones tearing from your hand. Dude! You heard your severed finger hit the ground with a bloody splat as Tate spat it out. Dude, you bit it off, you might as well eat it. Why are you... You spit out our finger. You disrespect me, sir. You didn't want to look at him. Your vision was blurring from the pain and you couldn't regulate your breathing. Oh, come now. Stop your crying, Sparrow. We ain't even started yet. We haven't? Oh, fuck. You could barely register what Tate was saying over the throbbing sound of your own heartbeat in your ears. Every beat sent a shockwave of pain into your missing digit. Time for round 2. We got... Oh my god, that's the end of the demo too. Thank you for playing the demo. We have so much more planned for the full game and hope you stick around. Okay. I'm sorry, but due to this program being the worst in the world, it decided to stop processing jump calls, so you have to... Okay, I can't read that. Oh my gosh. What a way to end it, dude. Are you gonna go back to the start? Ah! Come on. Please? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to reopen it. Because it's not letting me click anywhere. Holy crap! What a way to end it! We got our finger bit off because we chose correctly? What's gonna happen if we choose wrong? Holy freaking crap! Oh my gosh. That was intense. I mean, yeah, it was a bit gory, but that was like gorgeous. That like picture of him biting our finger off. It was like drawn so well. Ooh, gallery? Oh, that's cool. We didn't get these two. Oh, we missed one here too. Is that what happens if we get it wrong? Okay. I want to try to unlock the last 3 pictures and see what else happens. Holy crap, this is amazing though. Okay, okay, I want to go back here and see what happens if we choose wrong. The right card. Tate looked back and forth from the card to you, his eyes lighting up as he flipped the card around. That's definitely a New Orleans type design right there. The Ace of Diamonds, huh? Aw, that's too bad, Shaw. This ain't my favorite card. Never been much of an ace guy. Too predictable. Every wannabe card shark says aces are their card. Aw, hey, Shaw, don't look so down and out. It's only the first round. I'll go nice and slow. Tate moved closer to you. Okay, so that was the same thing. Is he still gonna take off our finger? Okay, I think he still is. Yeah, he's still gonna take off our finger. Yep. Okay. Skip. That's still wild to look at. Okay, let's see. Let's load. What happens if we just say, yeah, we gamble? You shakily nodded your head as you wasn't sure what he was getting at, but you might as well answer honestly. He laughed and clapped his hands against your thigh hard. He seemed rather pleased with your answer as he shuffled through his cards again. Well, hell yeah. You're gonna have a blast with this, sweetheart. I'm sure you're used to gambling for what? Money? Trinkets? Well, this is much more fun. You see, I ain't got too much use for money. I got a job for that. I want something else. I want to take something more personal from you. Something we remember each other by. Now, don't that sound sweet? He didn't have time to register exactly what he was getting at before he's holding up the 3 evenly spaced cards in front of you. The rules are simple. Okay. Okay, so it's the same thing. There is the ace. That's pretty cool. This one was an ace, and that one was an ace, and that one was a king. Okay, so this is the same thing. Okay. Let's see. This is really cool. I really like how this is happened. Like, they did give us a bit more there at the end, and it was amazing. I'm just trying to get we're staying put this time. Get like the extra like moments of it. You try to calm your nerves. You really were on edge tonight. It probably hasn't even been 10 minutes since he left. You let your eyes wander around the store, taking in small details that you hadn't taken the time to notice before. Like how the hum of the fluorescence was much louder than you realized, or how dirty the floor tile actually was. It looked like years of dust was swept out of the way, building up against the walls and beneath the table. Tate still wasn't back. What was taking him so long? It was getting a little ridiculous. You turned around to look out the glass of the door. The snow was piling up more and more. If you don't leave soon, you weren't going to be making it home. Pressing your face against the freezing cold window, you tried to peer outside and into the parking lot. You could barely see your car under the thick, white blanket of cold snow that covered it. That was going to suck clearing off. Nearby, you could see what you now soon to be Tate's beat-up blue pickup truck, also being engulfed in the unrelenting snowfall. You turned the other way and noticed just the slightest hint of green metal. Wait a minute. If the blue truck is Tate's, that dirty green sedan must be Vic's. If his car is still here, then where... Well, hey there, Shaw. You have any luck with the door? And he has his axe now! And it says Lucy on it. Ooh, I wonder why he named it Lucy. Is that an axe? Yes, it is. Are you going to smash the doors? Seems like overkill, doesn't it? You were backing up from him without realizing it, until your back was pressed against the cold glass. Even though it was freezing in the store, you could feel a cold sweat begin to beat up under your clothes. Tate looked down at the axe in his hand, chuckling under his breath as he took a step towards you. Break the doors with old Lucy? Nah, she's a sophisticated gal. I wouldn't think of doing something like that with her. He took another step towards you, and you tried in vain to shrink it harder against the doors behind you. Your eyes dart to your left and right, weighing your options of where to run, but everywhere led to a dead end, and there's no way you could fight him hand to hand. Or rather, hand to axe. You know, it's a downright shame, Sparrow. I really thought you'd be a lot more fun than this. Really psyched myself up for a good time. But what are you talking about? You tried to force out a friendly laugh, but your voice is breaking from fear. You needed to defuse this or run, but there was nowhere to run. Tate had taken enough steps to ensure you couldn't run. Either way, he would be able to grab you. I know what you're thinking, scared little rabbit. You thinking you can just run from me, ain't ya? Wait till you distract me and flee to God's nowhere, huh? Hide under a desk? An aisle? I do love a good game of hide and seek. Well, go ahead then. Run. You don't have time to rationalize what's happening, but your body reacts but your body reacts on its own as you push yourself off the door. Tate doesn't try to grab you. Instead, just follows your movement with his eyes as you sprint to the aisles. Look at that look. He's ready for the hunt. Maybe you could lose him down one and figure out what to do. You slow down as you dart down one of the aisles. You can't hear him chasing you, so you move to tiptoe in hopes he doesn't figure out where you are. You peer through the shelves to see if he's nearby. Trying to calm your shaking breath, you try to think of your ex move. There has to be somewhere to go. Maybe if you could sneak back to the front, you can break the window before he gets back to you. It'd probably take him a minute to reach you, especially a man of his size. You're also pretty sure there's a phone in Vic's register. Oh, wow, he caught us. A strong hand grabs the back of your coat and throws you to the ground. Next thing you know, there's an axe handle at your throat. You try to get a grip around the handle and push back as hard as you can, but the force of Tate's body weight pressed against you is no match. Pressure on your throat getting tighter, and you fear the plans on crushing your windpipe. Your vision slowly fades in and out as Tate refuses to let up. I thought you'd give me a better hunt than that. That was pathetic. Just a pretty face ain't enough to get if you ain't any fun, sweetheart. And that's alright. I can have my fun with you in so many other ways. You'll see what a real will to live looks like. You're all mine now. Don't disappoint me. Wow! Okay, I'm pretty sure this is gonna meld into the other ending, I'm guessing. Let me skip. Well, I don't think... Okay, let's yell for help this time. Somebody help me! Hello? Help! Your screams echo off the walls of the meat freezer. You weren't even sure if this room was soundproof. Trembling, you tried to calm down. Panicking wasn't going to get you out of here. You had to think and figure out your surroundings. You were surrounded by what appeared to be beef carcasses strung around the room. Okay. Stop. Oh, honey, I heard you screaming for me. You just couldn't stand to be away, could you? Me too. Okay, let's stay quiet this time. You weren't able to talk to the psycho. That's probably what he wanted, and you weren't gonna give in. Turning your head, you broke eye contact, trying your hardest to strengthen your resolve. Oh, you ain't gonna talk to me, huh? Showing the big bad wolf how tough you are. Your body was shaking, both out of fear and from the cold. You just hoped he'd get bored with you and leave you alone. That's alright, Shaw. I know ways to make you talk. Tate walked over to where Vic laid cold on the floor. Okay, now he's gonna go straight into kicking Tate again. I'm still missing one of the artworks on the gallery, and I have no idea how I need to get it. Oh, no. Okay, Anyway, I really enjoyed this. This was amazing to see, like, an extended version. I mean, the art is better. There's more, detailed storyline going on, and, it was amazing. I loved it. I'm really excited to see, how the story progresses from here, and continue watching it as it, progresses and develops. And I'm gonna leave a link down below so you guys can check it out for yourself, and maybe one of you can find this, the image I can't find. I've been trying, I can't get it. Okay. Thank you for joining. I hoped you enjoyed it and was excited as I was to get back into this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!